So maybe I'm alone in this, but I personally don't think Randy should have died in the Scream franchise. At least he should have lived through the original trilogy. Maybe he dies towards the end of the third film, but I think overall he should have lived. I recently did a video on Cotton Weary, in my opinion, with him, and I feel a lot about Randy the way I did about Cotton Weary, and I'll kind of link the two together and deep dive explain into it. I'll even link the Cotton video down in the description below, so that way you could check it out after this video. But as far as Randy goes, his character development, story arc, and just kind of the character that Jamie Kennedy played, as far as like, the movie nerd that understands what is going on, the very meta-ness of Scream, he was really a key component, and sort of see the development. Although his death, I will say, was super surprising and really shocking. I don't think anyone expected in that moment for him to go out, especially in the brutal manner that he did. I mean, it really was surprising the first time you see it. You're just like, whoa, where did that come from? And then to see sort of the aftermath in a quick flash really added to the gravity of what the situation just happened, like how Randy died. But overall, I just really think that he should have carried on. And I want to have a discussion, as always, with you all on sort of my take, my opinions, my theories, my ideas. And then you join the discussion down in the comments below. But before we deep dive into it, be sure to like this video. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you enjoy these types of videos. And I truly appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Alright, let's get into it. So in Scream 1, Randy was basically this sort of goofy outcast. He was a little eccentric, a little weird, a little off. It kind of made you think that maybe he's the one that's responsible for what's happening in Woodsboro. But overall, he was the one that was the sort of real meta aspect in the original Scream. He was the one that explained how everything developed, how everything happened. And then for him to transition from that to, him surviving Scream 1 and then into Scream 2 as this, like, sort of semi-obsessed with Sydney. I mean, that was the whole reason he went to the same college and things like that, to sort of be around and be close to her. And that sort of dynamic of continuing to be the weird, but now he's more fit in. He's found a group that, and a class that really captures the essence of Randy and what he is and what he's fascinated in. So it was nice to see him sort of plugged into his element in a lot of ways. And then to just abruptly kill him off really upset a lot of people. I mean, there was tons of backlash from fans and audiences in regards to killing Randy. I mean, he was a beloved character. And again, Jamie Kennedy played a tremendous Randy. He did such a great job in capturing the character he is, because Jamie Kennedy is sort of like Randy in a lot of ways. I mean, he even has a YouTube channel that I watch all the time, and it's funny to kind of see him, the way he talks, his mannerisms, things like that, like it is Randy. He's even done deep dive discussions into breaking down the films and scenes he was in Scream 1 and 2. And he really explains how a lot of it was just improvised and just him, and how certain quirky things that he would do really was just added to the scene, wasn't even a part of it, but Wes and them just liked it so much they kept it in. And he was just, I found, just a great asset and just a great character to be alongside the OG3. That sort of meta guy that sort of can break down exactly what is going on to help kind of guide everybody and use the movie theater, just kind of get inside the head of a killer, to really play a key role in everything. I mean, even in Scream 3, again, huge backlash. So what did they do? They sort of plugged in Randy into, the little film section where he explains to Sydney and everybody. Like, why not have just had him be a part of that? Like, why not have him be around and sort of explaining to everybody now that everyone's back? Randy said himself in Scream 2, nothing like a murder to bring the family together, So, like, it would have been awesome to see sort of everybody funnel back into each other due to these crazy killings and stuff. And you could have easily tied Randy into Scream 3 and continued his story arc. I would have loved to see more character building, sort of see his life after college. Is he married? Is he settled down? Does he have kids? Does he have this? Whatever. Is he working on films? It would have been awesome to see him in Hollywood, maybe being a producer or something, much like how you had Dewey be the sort of voice and background, somebody with experience. I would have loved to have Randy be Dewey in that element. Given Dewey something else, something entirely. Maybe he's still the sheriff or deputy or whatever, and he's just there to help Sid. I would have loved to see Randy play what Dewey was, or maybe even have both. Maybe have Randy be sort of Dewey, the one that was there, that understands movies, that is a huge fan of horror, sort of being behind the scenes to kind of break down the film and help push it along, and Dewey being sort of like the protector, the big brother that he's always kind of played. That would have been an awesome way to sort of incorporate Randy into it, and would have made so much sense. I don't know, I'm just a big fan of Randy as a character, and I really would have loved to see him at least survive the trilogy. I mean, I understand if you kill him off in Scream 3, towards the end, maybe at the party, whatever, you could have had that, shocking kill scene with Randy in Scream 3, and I think that really would have made more sense, because as shocking as Randy's death was, it was really kind of random. Like, you really didn't expect it. Like, everything seemed fine. Yeah, I get it was a high intense scene, all the craziness was going on, and then boom, he just gets pummeled by Mrs. Loomis. And it would have been nice to see him sort of carry on through Scream 3. If you have to kill him off, I get Kirby was the sort of Randy 2.0. A lot of people feel she was even better than Randy. So it would have not made sense to have both of those characters in Scream 4, although you could have made it work. You could have made the sort of newer generation and the older generation nerd out and discuss movies together, go through trivia back and forth. It would have been a really cool dynamic to see, like Kirby and Randy, kind of the modern and OG version, just kind of going back and forth, trying to discredit each other or whatever, who has the biggest hoo-ha type thing. It would have been an interesting way, and you could have even plugged him into Scream 5 if you wanted to. But I would have understood if he had died in Scream 3. I get that there was, even thanks to Jamie Kennedy's information, that there was actually a chance he wasn't even going to be on the film at all. So maybe that was the original intention, like, hey, you know what, let's bring Randy back just to kind of kill him off, type thing. So that is maybe how they always looked at it. Maybe he never had intentions to live past 2, or maybe he was supposed to originally die in Scream 1. I know there were rumors and even an interview where somebody mentioned that, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but somebody mentioned that they didn't kill Randy off because in test screenings he was so popular as a character that they let him live and carry on into 2. So obviously the original intentions was never to have him beyond 1, but then you had that change, so you might as well continue his story, continue his legacy. If you had issues with killing him off in Scream 1, then you might as well just let him live through the trilogy. Kill him off in 3, have Roman get the better of him, whatever. It would have been a cool way to just have his legacy carried on, and I just really feel that Randy didn't get the justice he deserved in a lot of ways, and I get the nobody safe type thing. I get, you kill him off to send those shock waves of like, wow, like if Randy can die, then who's next, and then shortly after Dewey gets stabbed and you're kind of on the fence with him, like, is he dead? And you're just like, so everyone's dying in this film. And so I get the elements, I get the aspects, I get the reasoning. I just personally would have loved to have him continue his story, whether it's going into Scream 5 or not. Overall, it would have been fun to see it all develop the way it is. But as always, this is a discussion, so let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Would you have liked Randy to at least continued in the original trilogy? Or no, he lived his course. It was great how he went out. It was shock value. It really, resonated through audiences, the impact of that killing. Or are you like me that is like, no, like they should have continued to build his story arc, continue to kind of have him be even like a dynamic with him and Sydney. Like, I don't know about making them be an item eventually, but it would have been cool to kind of see like that's like his love. Like he would do anything. I would have, if you're gonna kill him off as like a sacrifice. Like I would have loved to see him essentially throw himself into a bullet for Sydney because he just cares for her and just loves her so much that he was willing to do anything to make sure she survives. Like that would have been a cool way for Randy to go out. At least that's what I think personally. But don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. And if you have anything to add to this video, again, down in the comment section below, let's have a discussion. Till next time.